Hello and welcome to Taiwan. We have finally made it to this country that we have both been so excited about visiting. We flew into Taipei and then we stayed for a night and then we took a train all the way down south to Kaohsiung. Also, sorry if I'm saying any of these names wrong. Today we are headed a little bit outside of Kaohsiung, but first we have to stop by 7-Eleven to get a little snack. Obviously, we love 7-Eleven. We've been to 7-Eleven in all of our previous countries like South Korea and Japan, and it's just the greatest place because they have pretty much everything that you would want, at least for a snack. So after we got ourselves some snacks from 7-Eleven, we found our way to the Fo Kwang Chon Buddha Museum, which used to be called the Buddha Memorial Center, but then it changed its name. And it is a cultural, religious, and educational museum that is affiliated with one of Taiwan's largest Buddhist organizations. We were super lucky when we got there because there was basically no other people, and so it was a really, really nice and peaceful experience to be able to just walk around the premises and just look at all the beautiful arts and nature and just take it all in. And as you can see, we also got to make these paper printings, I guess. I don't remember what it said, unfortunately, but it was a cool experience to try to make something ourselves. So this Buddha museum features 8 pagodas that all represent different ideas. So there is one pagoda for teaching, there is one assembly pagoda, there is one for goodness and forgivings and for harmonizing and perfections, and also a pagoda that represents the path. Back in Kaohsiung, we headed to the Zhuying district, and in this district there is this big lake where you can find a bunch of different towers and pavilions, and so we headed over to the Dragon Tiger Tower, which was super fascinating. We then decided to find this city boat, hop on it, and head out to the Kijin district, which is a part of the city. You can drive there, but we wanted to take the boat out just for the fun of it, to be able to see the city from the sea. Once on the other side, you can head to the Kaohsiung Lighthouse, where you can enjoy views of the whole city, and it's especially beautiful at nighttime. So the next day, we decided to head back to the Kijin district and rent this bicycle, twin bicycle. I don't know what they're called, but they were very handy. So we rented one for the day and decided to bike around this part of the city. And I thought it was very fun because it's an electrical bike, so you can speed it up. And then time for a little workout, of course. These are super fascinating and they're very fun also. So then we got back on the bike and headed out on the road. And as I hadn't been driving for a long time, I just went ahead and assumed that traffic rules are international and that we would be fine anyways. Now, this part of the city, like any other part of the city, has a lot of beautiful temples. So we decided to bike over to one of the biggest ones. And as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. And then at this temple, we were also lucky enough that one of the people, I don't know if he was working there or if he was just there, but he wanted to show us around the temple. So he took us up through the different floors and he showed us the different statues. And as Julia speaks Chinese, she was able to communicate with him. And so they were able to talk about the different things situated around the temple. And for me, who doesn't understand a single word, it was just fun to walk around and look at all the beautiful arts and statues around the temple. We then got back on our bike and drove through town, looking at all the different stores and vendors. It's an efficient way of taking it all in and getting to see more of the city when you're on this cool electrical bike. We also discovered this really cool tunnel that when you walk through it, it takes you to this very beautiful little beach. It was then time for us to leave Kaohsiung and head to Chiayi. Once again, sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these words wrong. But this is a city that is famously known for its food, its street food. So we found the city through the Netflix series called Street Food. And of course, we decided to head to all of the places that were mentioned in the episode. So this is one of the places. This guy serves a famous chicken rice. So we decided to try it. It looks pretty simple, but let's give it a go. And he was adorable. He figured I wanted to film it, so he put the plate together and showed it to me. Time for a little taste test. It didn't taste that much, but it was okay. It was good. We then headed over to this other place that was also mentioned in the series. It is tofu pudding. It's a Taiwanese specialty, so of course we wanted to try it. This again didn't really taste that much, but it was interesting and it was of course very fun to try it. As I mentioned, this city is, I think, famously known for its street food. So we headed over to the street food market to try some of the different foods. And obviously, street food markets all across Southeast Asia and East Asia, Asia in general, have a lot of really good and affordable foods. So this is a huge and super thin omelet that they cut in several pieces and serve it. Let's try it. Let's give it a go. It was okay. It was a tiny bit weird, but I think it was good. back in Taipei, we headed to the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. It is a national monument and a very famous tourist attraction that is in memory of a former Taiwanese president. And one of the cool things about this monument is that it's free entrance and you can go and check out the changing of guards, which was super fascinating, and they were spot on and it was really cool. The next day, we headed to the Rifeng district, which is a little while outside of Taipei by bus. And we headed to the Jiufen Old Town, to the Old Street, which is super cool and it's very fascinating to walk around. Obviously, there are a lot of tourists here, but it was still a great experience. And we just walked around this old town, trying different foods, smelling all the different smells, listening to all the different noises and sounds. And it's definitely, whenever you're in Taiwan, this is definitely one of the places you have to check out. And when we were there, Julia had found this very cute cafe that served tea and these little treats. So we headed over, and it's a very famous spot, and they have endless tea, so you can just ask for as much tea as you want. So we drank a lot of tea and ran to the bathroom a lot, but it was very good. Definitely recommend. And look how gorgeous this place is. It is so beautiful. Once again, time for some more food. This is a treat. It's a snack. It's something sweet with ice cream, some kind of nuts and cilantro, and rolled inside. It kind of looks like a tortilla, but it's probably not.
This is another new juice, 3.
Oh, okay. What is best?
Red bean, tapioca,
Yes.
milk tapioca,
And also here?
and the taro and sweet potato and the yam. Okay, 60. 60.
Oh, nice. It's a rice pancake with ice cream and peanut shaved peanut bar and coriander, and it is sweet, I think. But we will try. Okay. Was it 2 ice creams or 1 ice cream?
I think it was 2.
Okay, it was 1 pink and 1 yellow, I think. Yes. Okay. And she cut the plastic.
This is interesting.
很好.
It's good.
很好吃.
Ja, ska vi ta det?
Väldigt gott.
Then for those who don't know it, Taiwan is famously known for boba tea. Boba tea is a Taiwanese thing, so for me who had never tried boba tea before, I felt like Taiwan was a great place to try for the first time. And this boba tea was actually delicious. I really, really loved it. So now I'm a fan. For our final day trip out of Taipei, we headed to the Hualien district and the Taroko Gorge National Park. This national park is known for its red bridge and also for these low and narrow paths that give you the feeling of walking right underneath, almost inside of the mountain. And as you can see, it's inside the jungle, inside the rainforest, and it was also raining a little bit this day, so everyone was walking with their umbrellas open, which was a very funny feeling to kind of be hiking but also walking around with your umbrella. And as you can see, this national park is absolutely stunning. The trees and this river featured so beautifully, and the water in the river, turquoise, beautiful, great experience. Really would recommend anyone in the Taipei area to head to this national park. Back in the city, time for some food. This is a noodle and seafood soup. And then to end our Taiwan trip and also our trip all together, we decided to get this cake. As I was leaving for Thailand, Julia was staying, so this was our last day and our last country together, at least for this time around. And also it was the Swedish National Day, so we decided to get a cake.